Have you ever wondered what actions might be considered rude in other countries? As we traverse the globe, it's not only the landscapes that change, but also the customs, traditions, and etiquette. What may seem like a harmless gesture to us could be a faux pas elsewhere. You see, every country has its unique set of unspoken rules that govern social behavior. These cultural norms, often invisible to the uninitiated, can greatly impact how we are perceived in foreign lands. It's like a dance, and knowing the steps can make all the difference between a delightful twirl or stepping on your partner's toes. Respecting these differences isn't just about avoiding awkward moments. It's about understanding and appreciating the marvelous diversity of our world. It's about fostering connections, building bridges, and gaining a richer, fuller experience of our shared human journey. So buckle up as we take you on a trip around the world to explore some actions to avoid in various countries. First stop, the land of the rising sun, Japan. A country known for its rich cultural heritage and impeccable manners. But did you know, there's a unique etiquette here that might surprise you? In many parts of the world, tipping is seen as a token of appreciation for good service. But in Japan, it's a different story. Here, tipping isn't just uncommon, it's considered rude. Yes, you heard it right. Leaving a few extra yen on your table after a meal might seem like a kind gesture to you, but to the Japanese, it can be seen as degrading. You see, in Japanese culture, there's an inherent pride in doing one's job well. Whether it's the chef at your favorite sushi restaurant, the taxi driver who navigates the bustling streets of Tokyo, or the hotel staff ensuring your stay is comfortable, they all share a common belief. Providing excellent service is a standard expectation, not an extra that warrants a tip. It's part of a cultural concept called omotenashi. Omotenashi is a uniquely Japanese approach to hospitality, where service is provided from the heart, with no expectation of a reward. It's about anticipating your needs and meeting them, not because they're hoping for a few extra coins, but because they take genuine pride in their work. This doesn't mean you can't show your appreciation in Japan. A heartfelt thank you, a smile, or a bow, these are all perfectly acceptable ways to express your gratitude. But when it comes to tipping, it's best to refrain. And it's not just in restaurants or hotels. This no tipping rule applies to every service industry, from hair salons to taxi cabs. Even if you're at a high-end establishment, don't feel obligated to leave a tip. In Japan, the best service is standard, not an exception. So when in Japan, remember to keep your change. You'll be respecting their culture, and who knows? You might even find it a refreshing change from the tipping habits we're so used to. But that's a topic for another day. For now, let's move on to our next destination. Next, we journey to the vibrant country of India. India, a country known for its rich history, diverse culture, and mouth-watering cuisine, is also home to an array of unique customs and traditions that vary from region to region. One such tradition that is largely followed throughout the country involves the use of hands. In the West, we might not think twice about using our left hand for eating or for giving and receiving items. However, in India, this is considered disrespectful. You might be wondering why. Well, traditionally, the left hand is associated with unclean tasks, such as cleaning oneself after using the restroom. Consequently, the left hand is seen as impure, and using it for other tasks, especially those involving food or interpersonal exchanges, is viewed as unsanitary and disrespectful. The right hand, on the other hand, so to speak, is regarded as pure and is used for most tasks, including eating, greeting others, and giving or receiving items. If you're a lefty, this might be a bit challenging initially, but adapting to this cultural norm shows respect and understanding of the local customs. This tradition is not strictly enforced, especially in urban areas and among the younger generation, but it's still widely observed, particularly in rural areas and by the older generation. So if you're planning to visit India, it's important to be aware of this custom. To recap, in India, using your left hand for eating or for giving and receiving items is seen as disrespectful due to its association with unclean tasks. To show respect and understanding of the local customs, it's best to use your right hand for these tasks. So, while you're savoring that delicious butter chicken or exchanging gifts with your new Indian friends, remember to use your right hand. It's a small gesture, but it goes a long way in showing respect for the local culture and customs. So, when in India, keep that left hand to yourself. Moving on to our next destination, let's explore Russia, a country filled with a rich tapestry of history, culture, and tradition. But amidst all its fascinating allure, there's one peculiar custom that you should be aware of, especially if you're planning to gift flowers. In Russia, the act of giving flowers is deeply rooted in tradition and is seen as a symbol of respect, love, and appreciation. However, the number of flowers you give matters a great deal. Odd numbers are the way to go, whether it's a single rose for a romantic gesture or a bouquet of 15 tulips for a special occasion. Why odd numbers, you ask? Well, it's all about symbolism. Odd numbers represent life, positivity, and happiness. They are usually given during joyful occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, or just because. So if you're thinking about giving flowers to someone you care about, make sure you're handing them an odd number. Now, let's talk about even numbers. In Russia, an even number of flowers is reserved solely for funerals or to pay tribute at gravesites. Giving an even number of flowers in any other context is considered a bad omen and might even be seen as a sign of disrespect. So if you don't want to send the wrong message or accidentally offend someone, steer clear of even-numbered bouquets. You might be thinking, but what if I accidentally give an even number of flowers? Don't worry, there's a solution for that too. If you find yourself in such a predicament, simply pluck out a flower from the bouquet to make the number odd again. It's better to give a slightly smaller bouquet with the right number than to stick with an even one. In the end, it's not just about the flowers, but the sentiment behind them. It's about understanding and respecting the traditions and customs that make each culture unique. So, next time you're in Russia, remember this flower etiquette. It's a small detail, but it can make a big difference in how your gesture is perceived. So, remember to count your flowers carefully in Russia. Oh, last but not least, we head to the beautiful kingdom of Thailand, a place brimming with vibrant cultures, rich history, and an abundance of natural beauty. But as with every destination, it's essential to be aware of local customs and traditions to ensure a respectful and enjoyable experience. Here's an important one. In Thailand, don't touch someone's head. This might seem unusual, especially for those who come from cultures where a pat on the head is often seen as a friendly gesture or a sign of affection. But in Thailand, it's a different story. In Thai culture, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body. It is seen as the spiritual home of the soul, a vessel of divine energy and intelligence. Touching someone's head, even in a friendly manner, is viewed as a sign of disrespect. It's akin to invading someone's personal space and disturbing their spiritual equilibrium. This belief is deeply rooted in Thai Buddhism, the country's main religion, which places great emphasis on respecting others' personal space and spiritual integrity. So, whether you're interacting with locals or visiting temples, it's crucial to avoid touching people's heads. This doesn't mean you need to keep a wide berth from everyone. Thai people are known for their warm hospitality and friendly demeanor. A traditional Thai greeting, known as a Y, where you place your hands together in a prayer-like fashion and bow slightly, is an excellent way to show respect and acknowledge their customs. And remember, it's not just about avoiding faux pas or awkward moments. Respecting local customs is about understanding and appreciating the cultural diversity that makes the world such an exciting place to explore. By doing so, we can foster deeper connections with the places we visit and the people we meet along the way. So when in Thailand, keep your hands to yourself. Not only will you be showing respect for Thai culture, but you'll also be embodying the spirit of mindful and respectful travel. And that's something to be proud of, wherever your journey may take you. So there you have it, a quick guide to some actions to avoid in different countries. It's fascinating, isn't it? How cultural nuances shape our actions and interactions in different parts of the world. From Japan, where tipping is seen as disrespectful, to India, where using the left hand may be considered impolite. We've also journeyed through Russia's unique tradition of gifting odd numbers of flowers, and Thailand's belief of the head being sacred and not to be touched lightly. These cultural quirks underscore the beauty of our diverse world. They remind us that our way of doing things isn't the only way, and that's okay. It's important to be aware of and respect these differences when we travel. It's part of the adventure, the learning, and the respect we owe to the places we visit. Remember, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Safe travels.